Okay, so now look at the last step now for type B for the incomplete records. So preparing a trading profit and loss account. So remember, step 3, we use the balance sheet and we use the balance sheet to help us calculate the net profit. And now we're going to come to our profit and loss account. We're going to start at the bottom and we're going to work our way up. So we know that the net profit is 35,392 because we calculated that here in the balance sheet. So we're going to start at the bottom and then we're going to put in all the expenses we have. So we know our loan interest, light and heat, depreciation of advanced equipment, general expenses, rates and bad debts. And we're going to add them all up. And we're going to get a figure. So remember, we're working backwards. So usually what we would have done is we get our total expenses and we take them away from our gross profit. But we don't have this figure here, so we're working backwards. So if it's less going down, if we're working back up, we're going to add these two together. So when we add 35,392 and 94,008, we get 129,400. And we know we're going to add that, add our investment income, and we're going to get our gross profit. So if we're adding our investment income, we're going to take this away. So 129,000 minus our investment income will give us a gross profit of 126,900. So all what we're doing is we're working backwards. So we got our net profit, 33,392. We're going to add up all our expenses together and we're going to add that on to our 33,392 and that's going to give our operating income. And then to our operating income then we're going to take away our investment income because we'd usually add it on to our gross profit. So if we go down then, if we work downwards, we have a gross profit, add our investment income, so that gives 129,400. Take away our expenses, will give us 35,392. Now there's an important piece of information in the question. It says that during the year Fuller did not keep a full set of account and he estimates that gross profit was 20% of sales. So this figure that we've calculated here, our gross profit of 129,200, that's 20% of sales. So if 20% of sales is equal to 129,900, 1% then is equal to 126,900, which is our gross profit, divided by 20. So 6,340. So 100% then is equal to 6,350 or 634,500. So that's our sales figure. So we know this is our sales figure up here. So now we can work backwards again and fill in the blanks to help us calculate our purchases, because that's the other figure that's missing. So our opening stock will begin at the start of the question. We've got our drawings here that need to be taken away. And we'll have our closing stock figure here. So if we have 6,350 here, and we know that our gross profit is this figure here, you're going to take your gross profit away from your sales to give you 507,600. Then your closing stock, remember, your closing stock at the end of this question, 20,500 includes heating oil of 300, so you need to take that out. So we'll have 20,200. So if we take away our closing stock, we're going to add it onto this figure to give us this figure here. And then we've got opening stock up here of 36,000. So now we need to find our purchase figure. So we have this 527,800 and we got 36,000. So in your calculators, you're going to put 527,800 minus 36,000, and you're going to add on this 4,160, because remember, this was our drawings figure. So if we usually add them up going down, we take them away going back. So that's why we're taking away our opening stock and we're adding on our drawings to help us get this figure here. So it's going to be 527,800 minus our 36,000 plus 4,160 will give us our purchase figure. And then if you take the 4,160 away from the 495,960, take away 4,160, it'll give you this figure here. So So all what we did with our profit and loss account is we brought our net profit over from our balance sheet. We put in all our expenses. We add our expenses up together to give us a total figure. Usually we take these expenses away from a figure up here. So to help us to calculate the figure up here, we're going to add these two figures together. And when we do, we get this 129,400. And then we need to add investment income. So if we're adding investment income onto this here, we need to have a figure above this that's going to be lower. So you're going to take your 250 or 2,500. You're going to take away the 129,400, and that's going to give you 126,900. Now that's our gross profit. In the question, it tells us that your gross profit is 20% of sales. So we know 20% of that is 100% of this is going to be our sales figure. So over here we did a little calculation. 20% is equal to this. 100% is equal to 3,000 or 634,500. So that's our sales figure off up here at the top. So we have this figure. We have this figure, take them away from each other. And you're going to get your cost of goods sold. We have our closing stock from the question. So that's going to be added onto this here, which will give us this figure here. And now to calculate your purchase figure, you're going to take the 527,800 plus take away the 36,000 because usually you add it on, plus the 4,160 because usually we take it away, and that's going to give you a purchase figure. And then to calculate this figure here, you're going to take your purchases away from your drawings. And that's how you calculate or fill in or complete your profit and loss account for fuller. And make sure that you put the correct heading at the top. So that's incomplete records type B.